got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though, ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like this, and sworn like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, wish Yoshi a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your fucking head. This that put the kids to bed. This that I got realness. I just feel shit cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA. I got dark, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got off, I got trouble, some heart.
Hey, got another one for my baby. My baby. What's up, people? It's the Koopa, and oh my god, you're here. I guess you're here. I mean, I know because you're listening, but I guess because you're sniffling and you're sad because 2.2 is about to be over. We're here, and I hope you like that intro with the tails because you gotta like and subscribe. 2.2 is done. We're halfway through the second version, which means as far as Dragon Quest goes, my days are numbered. But you know, when we're done with the solo quest, we'll start another solo quest. There'll always be another quest on the horizon. You know, the grind will never really stop until I decide to stop. I suppose when I make enough buckets of success, whatever I call it, you know, whatever currency I decide to barter in the future. Because I swear to you guys, this natural occupation shit, it's about to be over. But I'm getting on my tangents. Today, the pendulum has been charged. Like I said, we're finishing it off, and the last dungeon of 2.2 is quest 343, where we're going. Shoot. Yeah, it's a little island there on the Rhone Forest Belt. And Lucina is very excited, so she's gonna run ahead. And once we get there, I'll just give my little spoiler review here. We will fight. Oh fuck, I forget what his name is, but the evil lord, not Nurgle, but another evil lord guy is gonna summon a minion, and the minion's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm powering up," and then we're gonna fight him twice. And then we'll see who the hooded man is and see if that relates to Anne Lucina's past. Ooh, cutscenes are going to be great, as you've seen. You know what I'm saying? I said the shorts have been great, so I hope you have been enjoying. Give it a like and subscribe. Give it a like and subscribe. And 343, let's go. Today, we are going to be talking about living in the moment. We like the moment. We like being here. We like sufficing here because that is the only place you can be. If you're listening to this audio right now, take a look around, breathe in. Ooh, hear that music? I love it. I love that. This little castle thing, very much a staple of my childhood here. Like I said, maybe, damn, few months ago now. It's taking forever. I started with Dragon Quest VIII, and this theme, the castle theme, is indeed in Dragon Quest VIII. It's a nice one. It's a nice one, and I remember I used to be chilling in some Dragon Quest VIII zones. You know, just listening to the theme, and whenever I would get a little stressed, a little confessed, a little oh shit, things are going on, that would be one of the breathe moments. You know, that would be one of the you know, and it would always be like, you know, like parent coming home, mom or dad, and then I like sort of I sense it, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I like hear them, like they may have already been at home for a while, but as soon as I hear them, it's like oh, you know, like I fucking lock in, and then you know it'd just be one part of the song, and I'm just like oh, you know, let me pause. Another thing, but that is a thing. So I didn't realize I wasn't a crazy gooner because I read recently that 80% of Americans use a second screen when watching TV. As in, like, you're watching TV and then you're on your phone, or you're watching TV, you're playing a game, or you're watching TV, you're scrolling social media. I didn't realize, like almost, that's pretty much everybody. So everybody, like, I always thought, you know, gaming and watching YouTube was so weird, you know? But honestly, you know, I feel like it feels weird to me because I feel like it should be just as easy as gaming and, you know, talking and, you know, entertaining online as in, you know, doing commentary. and I'm trying to get rid of my knows. I'm noticing that's one of my vocal tics that I'm doing today. I haven't talked enough today because I didn't do my weekly warm-ups. It's been an off couple of days because I feel like I see things changing. I see things happening, and I'm not where I am right now because I'm in such a rapid transition that I can't be in this fucking moment. It's so impossible for me because I see what's going on. And I've built these systems for myself solidly, pretty, relatively solidly, in a way that helps me just do what I need to do automatically and not really have to think about it. But at the same time, I can't just be in this regular moment. I can't do it. And I'm like, what's going on here? And really under the hood, because this is weird. This is very strange. To where like I don't have to like constantly think like, oh, tomorrow you gotta wake up, tomorrow you gotta, work out, you gotta make some content, you gotta make music. Because before I used to like have to force myself to do that, but now it's like I don't force myself. I just kind of set my systems up. So whenever I do have momentum to do something, which is usually when I'm like way outside, or way I'm like in the middle of a different task and I have momentum to do something creative or do something that energizes my soul or my spirit. I don't immediately go home and do that. I just kind of set myself up in that moment to go do it because I know in myself that when I actually get home and want to do that thing, I'm not gonna want to fucking do it. I'm not gonna want to fucking do it. And maybe it's just me. I hope there are more people like this, but I feel like if I have this feeling in my mind, oh shit, I got a little lyric, I wanna sing this, or I wanna make this song, or I wanna draw this, I wanna, you know, edit this thing or dance this way. Instead of setting up the camera and doing it, instead of writing it or going home to record, I'll go home and I'll maybe just like open up the DAW and just leave it there and be like, all you gotta do is open it, put the music in there, and then just leave it. You don't gotta do it. Or I will set up the camera. You know what I'm saying? Put the music on and be like, you don't gotta dance, bro. Just just set up the camera, put the music on. Like sort of tricking myself, but not really tricking myself. Just letting that freedom flow, and letting my spirit really have a chance to authentically speak and take the stage when it wants to, instead of just whipping myself and strangling myself, yanking my hog, and treating myself like an actual dog, like a caged beast. I have to put the leash on the beast. I have to set it up for success. But I have to sort of just get lost, where I am. But happiness is where we are lost in our activities. That's where you really are happy. That's where you really are happy. And it's weird because in your childhood it's so easy to be happy because we're always in this moment. We're always, doing the thing. But now you feel like you have to trick yourself in order to be happy. But it's natural because we just know so much, guys. We know way too much. The weary and dreary of life, you're no longer blind to the manipulation, to the deceit, to the destruction that mankind can cause and daily does cause to you, especially if you are of my skin origin. A lot of people inherently see the power within me. I could tell people anything about me and they'd probably believe it just because of the eloquent way I can speak it and portray it physically. I know there's no camera on me, but I'd be making weird motions. Don't worry, guys, though. The VTuber model is coming. Anyways, what you have to remember, consumption is high, but experience is fleeting. You realize, okay, so we're fighting so many battles. Every time you open a social media app, every time you scroll through a picture, every time you tap like or make a comment, that's a battle. That's a random encounter. And you know what? The experience amount is not enough. This is Maple Story, and they cap the experience. So, motherfucker, you are not leveling up. Do you know how you really level up? You gotta go outside and use some of this shit. You gotta make some of this shit. You gotta delve deep into a community and change some minds. You gotta positively influence some shit. You gotta not go to this wrong closed door. I am going such the wrong way in this dungeon. Don't worry, guys. We're about halfway through this dungeon here. It's really fun. I didn't get that lost, but I goofed around a little bit. We also don't get 100% of the treasure. Mostly because I wanted to save a little bit of time. But all the way here. Back to the topic though. Well, now that I'm done getting lost, experience is fleeting. We're not getting compensated how we should for how much information we develop in our minds. And in fact, you're gonna hate me for this. You're gonna hate me for this. But in fact, all of the, especially the short form content, but all the content that we develop day by day is actively hurting us. I know a lot of content creators don't preach this, but it is. But it is. I swear, man, you don't need to be spending 8 hours a day on this phone. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay if you just find one Dragon Quest video and you watch one a night and, you know, whatever, but it's a struggle. It's a struggle. I have myself recording there in Bandicam. I do 10 minutes. I'm broke. Buy Bandicam. Buy the full version of Bandicam. Don't be broke like me. Anyways. Guys, the dichotomy of taking pictures is funny because it will inherently take us out of the moment, but it will help us come into the moment. I feel if we review our pictures at the end of the day, we review our pictures daily. You know what I'm saying? Go back through it. Of course, it will take you back to your magic box, but just these days can come and go so quick, and I feel like if at the end of the night you don't just go back through your day and be like, how did it really go? What were the moments? You know what I'm saying? What were the times where I was really like, whoa, I'm here in the moment, you know? And just take a step outside. If you really want to be a creative, if you really want to be more in the moment, I would say take a picture. And I know that's gonna sound so weird if you're already a picture-taking person, but if you're not a picture-taking person, I will challenge you to do it. It doesn't have to be a selfie. In fact, a matter of fact, most times it's good if it's not a selfie. Yeah, I was turning off my speaker there. I realized I didn't do that. The thing is, distractions, just like that speaker, all-time high now. All-time high now. Everything's trying to take you out of this day, this moment. All we fucking have right now in this moment, in this video, while you're watching it, while you're eating your food, that's all we have. You can't spit out your food and eat it again like Poseidon and SpongeBob. You can't do that shit. I'm sorry for saying that. I realize people might have been actually mid-bite when I said that, so that was kind of wild that I said that. But it's true. So if you haven't heard this before, you should know. It's very true. We have to watch what we're consuming and stay in this beautiful thing we have, in this beautiful world we have, because it is a beautiful world. You know, this game looks nice, but if you look around your room, if you look around your life, if you look around your yard, if you look around, you know, there is beauty somewhere. It may not be covert. It may be abundant. It may be slightly there. It may be, you know, around the side, around the bend, somewhere. It's around there. And a lot of people ignore it because we're distracted by all this bullshit around us, and then you're all stimulated, and then you got social pressure to be more stimulated, then you gotta stimulate the stimulus, and then you gotta, why aren't you stimulated enough? Why aren't you going out every day? Oh my god. like society's not gonna slow down if it gets horrible, disgusting side effects from its overpopulation. So we have to take a step out of society and slow ourselves down. The system's gonna benefit if we're stupid and we're over-consumed and we're making dumb choices and we're falling out over every girl we meet because we have hundreds of dollars from the amazing situation we're in. Society's gonna benefit from that. Of course, you're gonna benefit all the higher ups and everybody when you crash out. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what they want. So nobody wants a guy who's just on his purpose and finding his peace, you know, and finding the people he really wants to connect with, you know. May that be one person, may that be, you know, a small tribe of 3 people, whoever that is, and not just drowning ourselves in so many feckless conversations and connections. You have to be aware of clutter, because like, what do you really want on your deathbed? You're not going to look back and be like, look at all these amazing events I've done. Look at all these amazing times I went out to the club and all these amazing, you know. No, you're gonna look back at the people, the lives you touched. You know what I'm saying? The family members you spent a good time with. You know. So be aware of your time. Beware of your time. Beware of your temptations and your clitter and your clitters. You're clutter. You're clutter. Don't mind what I said before. Maybe do mind it if it's an important part of your life. But the phone is the biggest one. I feel like if we are trying to make creative strides in anything, which, you know, not to get on my high horse or anything, but it is the most pure pursuit of any spiritual pursuit in life. The creativity. I'm not going to say you have to hone in on it. I'm not going to say, you know, honing in on it is the only way to truly level up. But if you've delved out of your creative side, if you're trying to delve deeper into your creative side, you have to produce over your consume. And the phone is the biggest one. You know, you got to sometimes just take that out of the room, put that on the other side of the bed. Don't wake up and scroll. And it really is sad because I think short form is super corruption compared to long form. They're both corrupting, right? They're both corrupting. But I feel like short form is just like deadly. It's honestly like corrupting the generation as far as it goes, to where it's like you see a good short form video and you're like, holy shit, how did I get this pull? This is a rarity. Because it's so easy to just, you know, pull up the slop that gets a bunch of dumb algorithm clicks from just being like very reactionable. Not actually good content, just content that everybody has something to say about. Because it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? You know? Our brains are wired for fast information, or they can be wired for open-minded influence and conversation. But you know, it just all goes into your internal software. However you want to work your magical mystical machine, baby. However you want to rock that machine, baby. So, oh my gosh, would you stop fucking touching? Guys, I love you. I have to go. I have to leave. So we will finish this dungeon. We will do the amazing quest the next time when I upload the rest part of this one. And we talk about more things. I want you to stay in that moment. I want you to subscribe. Drop a little like if you like. If you if you like. If you like. If you yeah yeah beat that dragon's ass. And I will see y'all next time. So we're gonna be finishing off this quest. I'll probably only do one more part of this. We'll move on to Royal Maze. Royal Maze next. Yes, sir. Reba. Okay.